What's up, everybody? So right now I'm just getting ready to go hang out with my friend Chris Dickinson. If you've been watching the videos for a while, then you definitely know who he is. I don't have too much to do today besides get a little editing done. So once I get back, I'm gonna get on that, and then once I'm finished with that, I'm gonna give y'all a few reasons why I personally think that the Panasonic GH5 is the best camera for upcoming independent directors. But for now, it's time to get on the road. So Chris is pretty flippin' lucky because right in front of his house he has his own private beach. It's so beautiful out here. It's super peaceful, it's quiet, it's the perfect place to come to meditate and just build up a whole bunch of positive energy. So that's exactly what I'm doing right now. From one Honda to the next Honda.
We're going VTECing.
We're going VTECing? Hit some VTEC.
Not right here.
Hit the VTEC. Alright guys, so as y'all can see, I finally made it back home. Nothing too exciting happened today. Once I made it over to Chris's house, we made a 2-hour round trip to one of his friends' homes so he could pick up something that he needed. Then we went back to his house, hung out for a little bit. We're supposed to do some racing, but unfortunately he was too scared to get beat in front of everyone on YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. It got extremely dark. My camera is not any kind of low light camera, so we opted to go back out and race another day. This is probably gonna be the longest portion of the vlog, simply because, like I said, we didn't do anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my top 3 reasons to why I personally think that the Panasonic GH5 is the best camera for upcoming independent directors for under $5,000. So when you're in the market looking for a new camera, one of the main things that you're gonna have to consider is the price. For under $5,000, I don't think that there is another camera on the market that comes even close to having as many features as the Panasonic GH5 does. When people start shopping for a new camera, they always think that they have to have the most expensive camera on the market to shoot quality videos. I personally come from a background to where I've never cared about the camera. I've worked with all of the high-end Red cameras, I've worked with Blackmagic cameras, I've worked with Sony cameras, I've worked with Canon cameras, Panasonic cameras, and within the $5,000 to $7,000 price range, my favorite camera is hands down the Panasonic GH5. The second thing that I absolutely love about the Panasonic GH5 is definitely gonna be that the camera allows me to shoot all of my footage in 4K. Now don't get me wrong, some people love their super slow motion shots like 120 and 180 frames per second. But me, I'm completely fine as long as I have 60 frames per second, because I never go to 120 or 180. I'm not saying that I never will, but I personally prefer the look of 60 frames per second because it's a perfect balance between real and slow and not being too slow and too exaggerated. So 60 frames per second is just perfect for me. And what this camera allows me to do is shoot all my cinematic 24 frames per second shots in 4K, as well as my slow motion 60 frames per second shots. All 4K, all for a perfect price. You just can't beat it. So for the third and final reason that I personally think that the Panasonic GH5 is the best camera for upcoming directors is simply because you can shoot with this camera with no kind of stabilizer, no kind of rig, and still get amazing, professional, buttery smooth shots. You don't know how many times I've just picked up this camera, went out to run and gun with nothing but the camera, maybe a Gorilla Pod, and some of my shots even look like they were on a gimbal or a glide cam. The dual image stabilization within the Panasonic GH5 is just on a whole nother level, and no other camera is really offering stabilization on this caliber. So seeing that I've been using the Panasonic GH5 for so long, sometimes I feel like I can't even live without the stabilization because it is just that good. Like, I have stabilizers, I have gimbals, I have glide cams, but when I'm running and gunning with a GH5, I'll hardly ever stop to pick them up because as long as I have this camera, I'm sure that my shots are still going to be stable, smooth, and completely usable. And that is a must to me, moving at a fast pace as an independent director. Sometimes we just gotta get up and move and just work and we don't want gear to hold us back. In this camera, I can literally just pick it up, run and gun, and I'm good to go. So there's my top 3 reasons to why I personally think that the Panasonic GH5 is the best camera for upcoming independent directors. So if you're in the market, you're a new upcoming director, and you want to know what I prefer, this is hands down that camera. Make sure you pick you one up. You will not be disappointed. And as always, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, be sure to smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, share the video with all of your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. Woo!